making sure that you putting yourself in a situation to where nobody's in control of your income. What I would change for sure is taking it so personal. I guarantee that I'm gonna put you in a better situation, but don't take this personal because you feel me?
Yeah.
It's all business.
It's motivation. Suck, get on your job. If you hate, get on your job. You can look me in my eyes, see I'm ready for whatever. Anything don't kill me, make me better.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode of Likeable Figgas. You're now rocking with your boy Major Voila. And today, in this episode, I got a very special guest that I've been watching her content on Instagram for a long while. She gives some amazing content on credit, starting business. She's an entrepreneur. She's doing it from the ground up, like I tell y'all all the time that it is possible. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. Say something to the people, Tynisha.
How are you this evening, this beautiful evening, my kings and all my queens? I am coming at you from the Black Print to Wealth, and that's right. I did start my business from the ground up by myself. I was doing hair. I was still an entrepreneur, but it wasn't doing it for me because I was utilizing my body and not utilizing my brain. A lot of people don't realize it. Whenever you're doing hair, it's a lot of energy. Not only is you're speaking to your client and you're like their counselor in the chair, but you're also utilizing like my hands. I had carpal tunnel. I was having hand problems along with feet problems, standing up all day. It was like it was hectic on my body. My back was hurting. So I said, you know what? I'm smart enough and wise enough to be able to know that I can use my brain to be able to make money instead of using my body. A lot of people are utilizing their body, utilizing everything that it takes to be able to work long hours, working with other people, giving into their business, putting money into their pockets. That wasn't me. I was definitely not the type of person to be working for another person. So I said, I'm gonna do what I have to do and I'm gonna educate myself and start being an entrepreneur, but utilizing my brain.
Yeah, that's because I have clients that are in the hair industry too. And the one thing they complain about is standing up, because she was complaining about her back hurting for standing up long periods of time like that. So I can know that could be taxing on your body. And you only making money while you there doing hair.
While you are physically doing hair. Yeah.
Exactly. But when you start using your mind, if you're using it the right way, you go to sleep and still be making money. It's great that you noticed it and you adjusted accordingly.
I had to change the game. They wasn't gonna kill me at that chair.
Fact. If you're doing their hair, they don't understand if you get tired.
No, right. Ain't no counseling, no appointments. They need their hair right when they need their hair done.
If you had to define entrepreneur and entrepreneurship in your own word, how would you define it?
Being your own boss, making sure that you putting yourself in a situation to where nobody's in control of your income. Not working for other people, but working for yourself and making your dream or whatever it is that you want to do happen for yourself and not fueling in the next person's pockets by working for them, building their company.
Right. Hey, if you can't understand it from there, it's about taking your own life in your own hands. It's a different thing when you saying you providing and you going to job and you working for 40 hours and you getting paid on Friday.
Yeah.
That's a different type of providing. When then if you a man or a woman and everything is solely depend on if you get up that morning, because you ain't clocking in, it might not be a check every Friday or every week. It might not be it, but you're taking your life in your own hands and you're doing something you love to do, so you don't feel like you're working when you're doing it. Because some people just need to see it. Like, you need to see that you can make money without clocking in. And once you see that you can make money doing something else without clocking in, now you see that like it's possible. And it gives you that confidence to say, I'm going to do this full time, you know? So you said the Black Print to Wealth. I want you to tell the people a little about it and tell me what inspired you to start the Black Print to Wealth.
So the Black Print to Wealth, and the reason why I started my business, I wanted to aim towards building generational wealth and putting people in a position to be able to be in control of their lives through credit and through taxes. I'm also now starting another part of my business to doing life and health insurance so that I could also be able to show people that a lot of people think that they don't need life insurance, but if they look at it at a different approach as an investment plan, then you can see the vision. Like if you got a business, a lot of people with a business, they understand that a life insurance policy is not just for if you die. You know what I mean? If you get the right type of policy, you could use it as an investment plan and be able to make more money from it.
And borrow from it.
The blueprint to wealth is my aim is to get rich in knowledge so I can be able to get rich in assets. And everybody that I fuel into, I want them to be able to access all the information that I do have to be able to give to them so that they can be on top and be able to be in control of their lives. So I do taxes. My aim every time I do taxes, like I literally treat every client as if it's my own taxes because I know about keeping your money. Like you said, you said you were working, but then you was getting taxed on the money that you was working for. Yeah. Who wants to be taxed on the money? You doing these hard, long hours working, but you getting taxed for it. You got to get part of it to, you know what I mean, Uncle Sam? Nobody wants to do that. You want your return to be back for you in a whole, not giving it away. You know what I mean? So I put people in a position to keep more of their money. Even if I have clients that do have W-2s and they do work for an employer, I tell them, okay, so why haven't you started a business yet? Yeah. Like, what is your reason? Like, I know there's something that you do on the side. I know you're doing hair. You may be cutting hair. You may have a hobby. Let's turn this hustle or this hobby into a legit business.
Love it.
I motivate everybody that I come across. Even if it's like a lot of people, even like this year, like a lot of my clients, like I don't discriminate. Some of my clients have their fans only, but it's a legit business. It's a legit business that you're making money from, and then you can get a return on. And a lot of people don't realize that. Like, it doesn't matter what it is, make it into a business. Exactly. And that's more so what I'm about. The Blueprint to Wealth is creating generational wealth and making sure that blueprint, I put a spin on it with the black print because it's real, because I really want to motivate our people that don't know nothing about this. Exactly. We're the ones that's lacking. You know what I mean? Yeah. So exactly. I want them to know that the Blueprint to Wealth, that it's possible. That this face is just like your face and you can be able to win as well.
100%. I agree with you 100% because it don't even get to a point where we don't know. It's to the point, even if we do know, we be scared to implement. We be scared, or if you hear a person give the knowledge, like we just have a afraid mentality to say, "Nah, I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to get in trouble." Right. You hear people give different tax laws that can help you with different tax breaks or tax cuts on your income. And you hear people saying, "No, I'm not going to do all that because later on them folks will come back and try to take my money or take my house." You don't believe that you got rights. Like, you have rights that you can implement.
And it's the same thing that's been going on for years and years and years. They wasn't doing the same thing that the other people was doing.
Exactly. And that's why these big corporations and Donald Trump and all these people pay zero in taxes. And we look at it like they scamming or something.
Donald Trump is the key example of exactly utilizing business to be able to pay himself, along with making sure that he's staying away from the IRS.
Exactly. And that's why I tell people, that's why I study. I study people that are implementing the system that I want to implement within my business and within my life. Like, because if they're doing it and they're living free and they've been doing it for years, it can't be illegal. It can't be illegal. So follow with what they do. You can't go wrong.
That's the same thing with credit, because I also do credit as well. I do credit repair and also credit building. Okay. A lot of people just think of it as a score, but not how to leverage it to be able to make money. If they realize that it's not just a score, which that score, you need to do literally everything. Like, there's so many people, I have so many people that's coming to me like, I was just trying to rent a place and I can't get the place because they want my credit score to be at least over 700. You getting the door shut down on you in every direction, whether if it's you going to a lot to go get a car, whether if it's you going to rent a place, you dang sure can't buy no house.
And they starting to do it on long-term Airbnbs now. And if your credit's not good enough, they're not going to want you to live there because, like you say, it's more than just a score. It tells a story about the person. So now they don't have to discriminate against you because you black. Because now, even if this is a Caucasian individual, if their credit score is below a certain number, it's giving me a sign that I know what type of individual that is. That's how they looking at you. They looking at that's the type of individual that at risk of not getting paid from. That's how they looking at you.
I remember when I was younger,
yeah.
I had applied to a bank to be a teller and I got denied. I was wondering like why my resume was good. Why did I get denied? It was because when I was younger, I was just doing whatever with my credit and they denied me because of my credit. And me being so young and me not being educated and having that knowledge, I didn't realize that that was the thing that was against me. Even though everything lined up and the person who interviewed me liked me and all of that, once it came down to that checking my credit, it was like, oh, well, she's disqualified. So a lot of people don't know that either. They could be denied a job. They could be denied employment or a raise just because of that credit.
Exactly. All off that 3-digit number. 550 points. That number is controlling so much of our lives. Hey, it's part of the game that we live in. Since you started your business, started from when you was doing hair, now you full-time entrepreneurs. If your priorities have changed, how have your priorities changed since you was a hairstylist to an entrepreneur?
Protecting my energy.
Okay, yeah.
Entertaining people that wasn't worth my time or my energy. Being a lot younger and feeling like everyone was for me, I truly, really found out once I started my own business and I was introducing people to my business and saying, this is how I can help you. They showed me their true colors. It was like, either you don't believe in me or you're not for me. So I just started shutting down doors. So if I would have known what I knew once I started being an entrepreneur, what I know now, I would have protected my energy a lot sooner. People will wear you down
on that too
and abuse you and not try to fuel back into you.
Yeah, because you hear, and even if it could be like friends that you thought were friends, but you hear little slick things in their comments or you still doing your little business. Because people want to throw their fears off on you. If they scared to do something, they want to basically try to talk you out of doing it. Just so happen if you become successful at it, that's going to be the person that's going to tell someone that knows you, oh, they changed once they got money.
I hear it. Honestly, I had to check a family member of mine because they tried to say something about another family member of mine that's winning.
Yeah.
That's doing their thing. Like, you cannot say, oh, they changed. She's still the same person. She's still a genuine person. But the thing of it is when you do make money and you're in a position that you are an influencer, you got to change. You can't be dealing with the people that you were dealing with before. But that doesn't change the true being of who you really are, like your core self. It just changes some decisions that you've made. And that's the thing. A lot of people do feel like you change up on them. I had to switch up to get you out of my space because when you, if you in a position and it's too much negativity that's crowding your space, it'll bring you right down. So you got to switch up.
And once you become an entrepreneur, man, your energy is everything. The type of vibration that you're in, like, because you can't be a creator if you in a negative vibration. If you in a negative vibration, you got negative people around you all the time talking down or having the victim mentality. That brings you down and you cannot create or you cannot be productive in that type of frequency or energy. Like, you cannot do it. You know, if you want to be a $1 million person, become that person right here in the present. Now you're gonna have people around you say, oh, he fake, oh, she fake. Like, because they don't understand that it's not about where I'm at right now. I'm being what I want to be, what I know I'm going to be, you know? So since you've been running your business, what type of obstacles did you run into? And if you can go back to the beginning, what would you do differently?
Okay, so it kind of ties in with the obstacles that I had. I was trying to present what I offered and my services to people that I love.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to help them. So a lot of them were like my family and my really close friends. I was telling them, you know, your credit needs to be right. And let me go ahead and assist you with your credit. A lot of people was like, oh, well, I don't have the money really to do that. But they were trying to do so much more. And those are the same people, honestly, that ended up needing me later, that had to circle back because they wanted to do something that was prevented because they didn't do it right away. And they would have already taken care of, you know what I'm saying, in terms of credit. Or then I also had people that I was telling them, like, I can do your taxes. I had people telling me like, oh, well, I already got a tax person. And then I was also having people saying, well, I do my own taxes on TurboTax.
Yeah.
I guarantee that you're not getting the same type of refunds or the same type of tax breaks.
You know they not. You know
I
that
know
they
for
not.
sure you're not. So what I had to do is I had to make them a believer and worked with people who valued my services. And once they seen like the value in my services, then they all circle back to be able to come back. But what I would have did different is I wouldn't have got so butthurt about it. Like it hurt me because it was like I felt like they loved me, so they would support my business. And then I also felt like they turned me down because they didn't believe in me.
Yeah.
Is one of the things. So one thing about it is what I would change for sure is taking it so personal. Taking it as personal as I did. Because in this business, like I can't take nothing personal. Like everything at the end of the day is business. And with those same type of people, when it came back around, oh, you're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
Just as much as you'll be paying them, oh, you're gonna pay me for my
time. It ain't finna be cheap.
I guarantee that I'm gonna put you in a better situation, but don't take this person though, because you feel me?
Yeah.
It's all business.
It's the same thing that you had to understand.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah,
Keep that same energy.
Exactly. Because like I say, you're going to come to me because you think it's going to be cheaper. Like, no, it don't work that way. You know? So treat me the same way you treat these big other superstores. You should treat me better because I'm just starting out. You should want me to win, right?
But they don't. And you know what about that energy thing and how you attract the same type of energy? Me coming from an industry of the hair business and me knowing like about tipping for example, you get the same energy that you give out. So I take care of everybody who does, like if I'm getting my nails done, if I'm getting my hair done, you know what I mean? Or if it is somebody that they have their own business, especially if it's my people, I love supporting our people. Exactly. And the thing of it is I'm never gonna ask for. I'm gonna give you exactly what you want, and it is what it is because I'm supporting their business, and I feel like that same energy is gonna come back to me because of my mindset and how I think and how I view things. Those same people that do things and handle things like that and always want a discount and always want. They're not going to receive the same type of blessings that I know that I got coming towards me just because my energy, my vibrations is totally different.
Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. Like, I don't care if it's Waffle House. I'm big on tipping. Like, make sure of it. I call people to the table and say, man, you got cash out? Like, because I ain't got no cash.
If I ain't got it on me, I could be
Like, because it's not that I'm not looking for a return from that person. I don't even care if your service is good. I'm tipping for me. Because I know the universe is keeping tally of you giving. The universe
it's the gift that gives.
Yeah.
I used to work at Victoria's Secret. And one of my sayings that I used to always say, I was like top sales, getting everybody to do the credit cards and sales and buying their women a whole bunch of different stuff.
I got one myself.
And I used to always tell them, it's the gift that keeps on giving. But that's a true statement.
Yeah.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. Like, I really am a firm believer in that. I went to the nail salon not too long ago. I was supposed to be getting my nails done by one person, and they set me up with a whole nother person and said, she's just going to work on your nails until the other lady comes. And I was like, oh my gosh, they played me. But I still tipped. And they were like, oh no, this is your part. I said, no, sweetheart, that's yours. You did the service, so that's yours. She was like, oh, thank you. Yeah. But I was like, even if that happens, I'm the same way. Like, I still tip too.
So about the black print to wealth.
Yes.
If you could have one thing that you say is unique about it, what would you say that one thing is?
I treat every individual client as if it's me. If I'm doing their taxes, I'm treating every individual client as if it's my taxes that I'm doing. I'm literally taking the time to make sure that I give all the credits, that I'm getting all the tax breaks possible. Like, I literally do that with each client. And I tell them, this is the things that I'm asking a whole bunch of questions. A lot of people be like, they never asked me that. Oh, because I'm very thorough. Like, if it's my client coming the first time, it's going to be a thorough, consultation of what their position is, because I want to make sure that I'm maximizing my full potential with this client for each individual client. So I feel like a lot of people don't give into their business like that, especially when, like your H&R Blogs and the other places. Like, they literally, it's not cookie cutter for me. It's not just a put the numbers in, type the numbers in. There's so many codes, there's so many different forms that I have to educate myself on literally every year with my continued education to make sure that I'm in compliance, along with making sure that I'm maximizing everybody's, full potential with their money. It's like, people's money. People don't play about money.
Exactly. So like, are you registered in every state to do taxes, or just the state you in?
So there's I have my license out of California, but I do taxes in other areas as well. Like, I do taxes in different states as well. Okay. So with my software, I'm able to do taxes in other states. And if there's different codes or there are different breaks in other people's states, then I look it up so I could be able to give them the same services if they were in California.
Okay. All right. So you say you do credit repair, taxes, and what was the third one?
I'm starting to input insurance. So all I have to do is go take my licensing for California.
All right. So just say if it's a person that's out there that's trying to get into those industries, what advice would you give that person that's trying to get into any one of those industries?
Stay educated.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things.
We met inside one of those rooms in the mentorship room.
Yeah. That's what really motivated me too. It was like, it wasn't until I knew that I was already kind of doing credit here and there, but I really didn't know the full extent of credit. I just was helping people with what I knew, with my knowledge. But once I was able to really get like the game plan of how you can maximize and how you can be able to leverage your credit to be able to make money from it, manufactured spending, stuff like that, I was like, oh, it's game over. Like, I'm ready to really do this. So what I would definitely tell anyone who is trying to be an entrepreneur is educate yourself. Be inside those rooms that is going to motivate you to raise your vibrations up, because every time I go to a convention, like, my vibrations be so up, I literally feel like I'm on cloud 9, like the whole time, like I'm high as a kite on cloud 9. And that's because my vibrations be so up. And you want to be in those rooms to motivate you, and you want to make sure that you're educating yourself and continue to educate yourself, because with taxes, you have to educate yourself every year, because the laws change and things change. It's always changing. And in terms of credit, you want to make sure that you're staying in compliance to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to do for your clients, and they're not able to say, oh, this is not, you can't write this off or something like that. And in terms of insurance, it's the same thing. Like, I have to continue doing my education for insurance as well. So I'm constantly educating myself. That's like key important. The key, like the necessary token to being an entrepreneur, is educating yourself so that you can have enough knowledge to be able to fuel back into your clients or to the public, and you're not giving out false information, and you're making sure you guide them into the right direction.
I agree, because I do the same exact thing. My head is always either in the book, watching a podcast. I'm always doing something from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep. I'm watching something. I'm learning something. Like,
fueling that brain.
Exactly, because you got because you want to be a well-rounded individual anyways. You're able to learn more by yourself than you is trying to go to college.
I went to college too. My major was in human services psychology. I could apply everything that I learned. It definitely was needed, but the things that I learned outside of school, like, it's a game changer. I got a coach that coached me through, a mentor that mentored me through all this. They gave me we was cut all the shortcuts straight to the point to be able to get to where I got to go and where I'm going. So I don't even teach them about college no more, because I know it's a lot of people go to college and they don't even utilize what they went to school for.
Me. I got three different degrees, never used neither one of them. Luckily, being a veteran, it paid for my college, so I'm not stuck with a lot of student loan debt. But for a person that's not, I know several people that got degrees that can't find a job with what they got their degree in. All right. So, what type of investment did you have to make when you first started your business?
The investment was into myself, into my knowledge. My first investment was when I was already having my tax business, but once I started like officially making things happen and shaking in my business was when I made my investment with Recession Proof. And the craziest thing is they're my family. They're related to me. And I was seeing certain things. I was seeing like different posts, but it wasn't until I had a business partner, rest in peace, he passed away. But he used to always tell me that he believed in me. And I was telling him, like, I got to change. I got to shake what I'm doing. And I got to be able to do something that, that is going to build me generational wealth. But I want to be able to show my kids that they could be able to do it. And he was the person that was doing credit. And so when he was going to teach me the rest of the stuff that he knew about credit so that we could have the taxes and we was going to be doing the credit. So I was doing the taxes and he was doing the credit at that point in time, but he had got sick and he went to the hospital and never came back during COVID.
Man.
So I was like looking up a whole bunch, and this was before I even knew that he passed away. It was just when I knew that he was at the hospital. Yeah. And I'm looking up stuff. I couldn't even sleep during that time. Like when my mind is going, like I can't even sleep. Like it'd be so much stuff going on in my head that I just can't sleep. So instead of pretending like I could sleep, I just got up out the bed and went to my phone and was looking at my phone about everything about credit, everything about how to learn more about credit. And then I came across him 500's post. And I'm like, this is what I need to be like. I need to tap in. I need to finally, just go ahead and ask for help. So I text my cousin, was like, Turk, I was like, I want to know more about y'all business. I want to become a part of it. She was like, I'll, get you set up and get you the link or whatever. And that's the thing about it. Even just because it's family don't mean that you get a discount. Like you got to pay your own way just like anybody else. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right, I'm going to do what I got to do. So I made my first investment and I paid the money for the mentorship. So I want to say that it was about like $5,000.
That's when I paid too.
Yeah, it was like around $5,000. And then he had like a special. And I was like, it was right around the time that I was already about to pay. So I was like, oh, this is a blessing. I can go ahead and make this happen right now. So I got connected with Eric and was like, I'm ready to do this. And he was like, all right, and set me up and everything was history after that. Like I never turned back. It was like uphill from there. Like I was praying and praying and praying. I was like, I just to be like, God, I just want a successful business. I just want a successful business. And it went from having to learn the game, everything that I learned from the taxes, I had a mentor as well. Yeah. But everything that I learned from him, it was certain things that was bothering me in the business because I just felt like I should have been in a different position. And the situation that I was in wasn't a healthy situation because who they had managing the business at that point in time. So once I was like, I got to change up the game. I got to be able to do things different. And I went ahead and made that happen. Everything changed. Like my business went from like 50 clients to 150 clients to 200. Like it just went up from there. It was like everything that I asked for, everything that it was like my affirmations, everything that I said that I wanted, whatever you put your mind to, you could do. Whatever you put your mind to, you could do. It's all possible. And I've seen that. Like I've actually really seen that. So that was like my first real investment. It was that. It was like things got to change. Things got to shake. I know that I got to do something different. So my investment was within learning the knowledge and making that investment to be able to invest into my business.
Most people don't understand how important the concept of getting a mentor is, especially if you get a mentor that has other mentees. So you paid $5,000. It's not that you paying $5,000 for that one particular person. You paying $5,000 for the organization too and the network. Man, when I go to those conferences and you go inside that building and it's 5,000, 6,000 people, Black people,
right,
inside this room, motivated and think about and not on no bull crap. This ain't no club. This ain't no concert. This people coming here to learn, to understand business. When I walk in, I'm like, this is amazing, man. So, do you have employees in your business?
I have an assistant, yeah.
Okay. So if you had to define success in your eyes, what would you say success is for you?
How I define success is what I'm able to accomplish for my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that I've reached a point of success unless either I push them into a different situation that they were not in, or that's like how I define it on how successful I deliver whatever my delivery is and the service that I do give to the client. And that defines the success for them.
Like just say if you have a client and they trying to get a house and you're able to get that client that house, they able to be successful. That's your success, right?
That's my success. Yes.
It can't go wrong seeing your success in helping people. When you're helping someone or you being providing a service to someone and it's making their life more successful, bird, that's success anyway. That's the real definition of what success is, improving someone else's life. About your whole journey, this whole entrepreneurship journey, your conversion from being a hairstylist to present day, what would you say you enjoyed the most about your journey?
Learning.
Yeah.
And networking. Like I had told myself, like every time I go to a convention, my aim is to come and cross shoulders and speak with 100 people. Yeah. I may not touch 100 people. Yeah. But my aim is to be able to come in contact and be able to, get their information, me giving my information, and just connect like on just a genuine level, business wise, with 100 people. So exactly. I can say that my journey of learning and being able to meet a lot of different people has definitely been like the highlight to all of it.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. So since we about to wrap it up, like, do you have any, I would say, services, ebooks, or any just special words you want to give to people on the way out to just inspire or to make that one person that's trying to be an entrepreneur but just scared and don't have the inspiration to get out there? Do you have anything you want to tell that person?
I do. Believe in yourself because no one else will. Believe in yourself.
Yes.
And even if somebody does believe in you, have that confidence to follow it through and then trust and have faith in God because the higher power it's supernatural and you could do supernatural things. You would have never thought that was feasible. It's all within the power within you. So just believe in yourself and never give up. Always know that your dream is possible. The same dreams that you had when you probably was a little girl, those same dreams. Because I used to be like, oh, I'm going to have this type of car. Oh, and then once I got it, it was like, oh, I reached that accomplishment. Yeah. Now it's to the next one. It's to the next one. And it's going to be just like that for whoever else.
For real. I tell people, if it's a material object, if they made it, that's almost proof. If you aim for that material object, you can get it. If you aim for material object, everything is attainable. Everything.
Yeah. Everything.
When you got to work the hardest is when you're trying to fix that person that you see in the mirror. Like that's when you faces the challenge. I found to realize this. Anything material object, I don't even look at it as a challenge no more to get because I know I can get it. I know I can achieve it. But when it's time to hold this person in the mirror accountable, that's when you fight your hardest battle. When it's time to have discipline enough to say, I'm going to do this at this time and I'm not going to be thrown off track. I'm going to focus on this until it's done. I'm going to go to the gym 5 times a week. I'm going to make sure I'm this type of person. I'm this type of father to my kids. I'm going to make sure I'm this type of husband to my wife. It's these things that you got to hold yourself accountable.
So say it's all about accountability.
That's the hardest thing for people to do because that's where the problem lies. Because most people say, oh, I ain't got the money for it. Nah, for one, you're not being consistent in your action. If you being consistent, you'll realize that the money will come from somewhere. I don't know where.
There's a will, there's a way. It'll come.
I promise you. Man, Tynisha, I thank you for coming on here with me tonight, man. I thank you for just accepting the invitation. Like I throwed it out there. It was a shot in the dark. You accepted, you came through for me. And I just appreciate you wholeheartedly. I do.
I appreciate the invite and definitely it was a pleasure for this opportunity. Very much.
This was another episode of Likeable Figgas. I'm your boy Major Walla. And you know this channel is all about seeing the everyday individual do better and be better. I thank you for joining us tonight.
Happy with the Black Prince Wealth. You can DM me if you need any information.
I'm gonna put all her links and everything in the description. And